Alright guys, welcome back to Sensei of the People. This week, we skipped a week, so we don't have anything to talk about. No, we...
I wish that was true. Oh.
I want to say unfortunately already, but I did pick Ninja Kamui.
Kamui.
And we are going to get into it.
Yes.
And here we go.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we don't. Alright, so Ninja Kamui, 13 episodes on, I watched on HBO
Me
Max.
too.
Yeah.
That's where you watch it too.
Yeah, it is.
Legally.
Yeah, legally.
So it's about a guy who used to be
Some guy.
what was the organization? Just Ninja Organization?
I think it was called the Organization, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God,
so.
I was just called the Organization.
Anyway, he's part of this organization. It's full of ninjas that are supposed to protect the ninja, not the ninja way.
Japan, really.
That's what I thought.
That's what they said.
At first.
It's for the defense of Japan, and then, yeah.
They kind of branched out.
And then went corporate
So,
for some reason.
yeah, basically.
Good way to put it.
Anyway, so they're protecting Japan, and you have this ninja that you find out defects, and his name is Higan. And so you come to find out he defects, and he's been on the run, and they're searching for him so they can kill all the ninjas that have been exiled.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They find him. They find him and his family.
The first episode.
Who thought that first guy was him, honestly? I thought that was the main character. I was like, that's it? Is it over?
Which
The
first guy?
guy with the business guy with the glasses?
The very first guy that you see fighting.
Oh.
No.
Come
on.
Damn, that was over quick.
Come on.
So they find him and his family on a farm, and they kill all three of them, what seems to be, but you come to find out in the next episode that he's not dead.
Yes.
And he actually comes back to life. And when he comes back to life, he then decides to take revenge on the whole ninja organization. And so this anime is just him just kind of getting revenge, and kind of a lot of the other stuff happens, but mostly it's just him getting revenge on the people that killed his family.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't like a good revenge story?
Oh, yeah, I love it. That's like basically Vinland Season 1.
Yeah, it just depends, though, it just depends. It just depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be really boring. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you can introduce mech suits or something,
So in the story of him getting revenge, you come to find out that there were three big ninjas that were supposed to be, I guess, kind of like the next up ninjas.
Right.
It was him, and you come to find out his wife was one of the big ones, and then there was a third one named
Kai.
Zai.
That's what it was. Zai.
The Reaper.
And they ended up all becoming like three best friends.
Crow.
Yeah, the three best friends anyone could ever have.
Well, for Zai, not for the other two.
Yeah, I think Zai's best friends with the crows.
Well, no, Zai wanted them to be best friend.
Right.
But the other two were like, yo, we're trying to smash.
It's like, hey, this is just, you're kind of a third wheel here?
We gotta go.
Yeah, that's fucked up that they just left him, though, huh?
This is like Devin in his high school years in Paul.
I mean, yeah, except Zai's not on the floor.
Think about it.
You know?
Think about it.
No.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you didn't leave me. I'm just playing that.
So the ninja, the organization, they decide to go into like a different direction. They end up kind of going corporate, is what Paul had said, and they end up merging with this other company basically and protecting them.
Right.
Auza.
Something like that.
I can tell you right here.
AZUA.
Auza.
Okay.
So when they merge, Higan and his wife decide that that's not for them, and they want to start a family.
Right.
And the ninja organization says, no, you can't leave. It's like being in a gang, right? Once you're in, the only way out is blood.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name was the main decider of that decision? The new chieftain who killed the old chieftain? Yamaji.
I don't even know if Yamaji was the new chieftain. I just thought he beat the old chief. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's what makes you the new chieftain.
Yeah, okay. I think so. If you cut someone's head off.
Yeah. Oh, he did kill him. Okay.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
Quote unquote, kill him.
Yeah.
So this new organization that they merge with is a top tech company who does a lot of shady stuff. But what's their like reason of being? They just want to like take over the world. The new tech company.
So
Yeah.
So I've been doing it all day. So Joseph, the tech leader, he definitely wants what I got the sense of is he wants to control all the infrastructure in the world.
But for the good, though. Very good.
I don't think he wants to do it for... I think he just wants to do it because he wants to play. Like, he's playing everything like a game.
Yeah, I think he wants the power.
I personally... I think... what's his name? Yamaji wants power.
Well,
but Joseph kind of has like a... Because he did all this to kind of help out, too. He's tired of like the whole like politicians and everything... running how the world... He wants the world to run how he wants it, which is actually a good thing.
Well, so, like, the ninja organization was going to use Auza,
right.
and Auza was going to use the ninja organization,
right.
and you know...
Who didn't see a betrayal coming, right?
Yeah, I did. I definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
So...
You're not the boss of me. Yeah.
They're in this marriage now of the ninjas and Auza. They're in this marriage, and things kind of go awry here, and, you know, both of them are both power hungry and kind of see their own way of society, and it doesn't mix. So they end up going against each other, and anime's over. No.
What about Higan?
So I mean, it's kind of a lot all in.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it wouldn't make sense because all 13 episodes they kind of threw. A lot in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's typical, you know, like all the top brass of Auza went after him one by one. So it's kind of like a typical shonen, you know, he has
which
to beat them
is
all.
so stupid to
How
me.
do I even get all that in there? Like, cause,
yeah.
And like, which one, like, what part is important? Because, like, all the main bad guys, like...
So definitely getting introduced to these Gosuku gear was the most important thing, which... But I'll get into my
Power
later.
Power Ranger suits.
Power Ranger suits, yes. And they were cooler than Power Ranger suits. They kind of... I hate this. I'll get into my gripes later. But yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so these two, the ninja organization, Auza, end up not getting along. And at that point, everything was kind of coming to a climax and was going to end up coming to a conclusion. And Higan was finally about to... I guess, infiltrate both the ninja and the
Auza, right? With the help of Emma.
Yeah, with the help of his new friend Emma and also a detective.
Mike.
Oh, yeah,
Mike. Black detective.
One of the coolest black characters I've seen in quite some time.
So
the only black characters.
In the end, Higan prevails, and he
Kill the bee. Yeah.
He ends up killing... the ninja leader Yamaji.
Sorry. You guys are bad with names, so bad.
Sorry, he knows what he's talking about though.
Yeah. They know.
He knows.
So he ends up getting his revenge, and in the process, he finds out what friendship is.
Honestly.
I mean, him and Zai definitely rode off together in the sunset. Like they were
he like wrapped his one arm around his waist.
Might as well have just rode the bike off with him, you know.
Yeah,
that's how it ended, which was kind of ticked me off. It just ended like that. Like what? What happened to the world? You just
I know.
Yeah.
You give us this whole story of the. I guess the world wasn't that important.
Nah, but there was literally like a fucking takeover.
Yeah, the secretary, you know, the president was at gunpoint.
They were all corrupt.
Yeah.
They were all corrupt too. Yeah. Like they were all taking payoffs. Like nobody even talked about that.
They're like taking shots at America, you know. Like
I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Where are the ninjas?
So, anyways, Higan, you know, he finally gets his revenge.
Yeah.
And kind of shuts down the ninja organization, and also while in doing so destroys the corrupt Auza in the whole process. It kind of brings down the whole system.
Boom.
So
breakdown.
Yep. So guys, what would be your favorite moment from
Joseph peeing his pants?
Is that seriously your favorite moment?
It's up there.
For real?
I ended up hating him throughout the show, and I'm glad that Mike did like the whole that I'm about to kill you thing, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He pissed his pants. Of course, there was so many like. Okay, this is not the correct.
Yeah, it's favorite moment. Dude.
No, honestly, favorite moment was probably.
I can go first.
Go ahead.
Favorite moment was whenever Higan and Zai were fighting each other.
Yeah.
That was probably the best fight in the whole entire.
CG though.
Yeah, but the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack while they were fighting out.
Sorry, no.
You didn't like it?
No.
Dude,
That
the
was
soundtrack
hard.
was badass,
That was
dude.
hard.
While the-
Like, no,
No,
yeah.
they were fighting. It was
no,
like more of a
yeah,
rock thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
It was
No,
more
no,
of a
no,
rock
yeah,
thing.
no, it went hard. It made
It definitely hyped
it made the fight, you know, on another
sure.
level.
for sure.
So
The Blue versus the Red Ranger. Nah, I didn't need all that.
Okay, don't look at the fight. Like the music made it hyped.
I think this anime had a good soundtrack. I think there was like one or two more of the songs that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this. If anything,
It had a
we
good
we
soundtrack.
got some good.
You guys are crazy.
I
Music
didn't
for
I didn't
this.
care for the opening song too much.
That was basically the soundtrack.
Or
it was
the
that,
ending song.
It was that
Yeah, it's
song throughout the whole anime.
It's more of the music in the show that was cool. Like the fight, like you said, I don't know if you remember. There was like some rock going on. It wasn't the opening song either. It was like some. It was some. I don't
listen to
remember.
it again. It was probably the full song, like pieces of the full song. And yeah, like, you're
No,
crazy.
I'll have to play it for you after this because like you're wrong.
Please don't do it.
I think my favorite moment was probably Emma's death.
Oh, like how she died?
Yeah, that was really cool. Like
Yeah.
she knew she was gonna die. She controlled her. Okay, so homies, Higon's fighting the fat-bellied, skinny guy.
Big D?
Yeah, Big D.
Aptly, the black man aptly named Big D.
He only uses legs to fight.
Yeah.
And he explosion triggers because Joseph set it up like that. I hate you, Joseph. And Emma's in the blast radius with no suit on, and she doesn't even get protected by the centipede, which Paul mentions. But
Wasn't there two centipedes?
there was
Yeah.
supposed to be 2 centipedes.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like.
I guess he only had 1 centipede to use. Cool.
It's crazy.
Cool. That's my gripes. But when Emma died, you can kind of see it slow motion, like, "Thank you, Mike," and then like all this shit. And then,
Like she smiled, right?
Yeah,
And now her
she
whole
smiled.
body looks like her face all burnt and shit.
yeah, and
Sorry.
she died.
Yeah.
And that was interesting how she didn't vaporize because he vaporized.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Big D vaporized.
She had no suit on.
She didn't vaporize.
She had no suit on.
She's used to burns. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Also, it's hurt the most because I liked her the most too.
She was a good character, and for her to die like that, like in that way,
It's
it
appropriate.
hit you.
It's appropriate.
Yeah. If I had to choose one part, I like a good bad guy, and I thought Joseph was gonna be that bad guy, but
This is what you like.
no. But Yamaji, I appreciated his betrayal. Like the fact that Joe's like, "Oh, I got you on camera, and I'm gonna backstab you." But then Yamaji's like, "Oh, well, I knew the camera's there. I'm gonna go and leave a bomb here, just in case you try to get me." Like his whole like takeover was cool to me. Like that whole part of him blowing up the security team, coming to get him, chasing down Joseph, killing everybody in that building. Like his whole mob when he's coming in, they just start chopping off heads.
Yeah.
That was such a cool part to me.
I guess, yeah. He force choked some people too.
Dude, yeah, that was sick.
Okay, so before we get into our gripes, because I know Craig, you're itching to get into it, let's go over favorite character real quick.
Okay, I could do that.
Emma, right?
I mean,
She had the most story. She
She
They
did.
gave her a lot of shine. Like she connected everything.
yeah, she did.
Without her, there'd be he would be dead against the ninjas.
He definitely would be dead.
Mine's Rin.
Who?
Rin, the child.
Okay.
Well, I was about to say, huh?
He grounded. He gone.
No, he would. If it wasn't for him, Zai wouldn't come back to friendship. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So I would have to go with just because I found this character just like kind of so entertaining.
Lil.
Lil, yeah, Lil. He was just
He
so
was-
entertaining, dude.
He
Like
was
he
a
was,
character.
yeah, definitely so. Like he would say some like wild shit, and I'd be like,
Dude.
Yeah. He was okay. He was funny. He was funny. Yeah.
I choose him. I want to get a hard on. I was like, whoa.
He
Yeah,
was
dude.
super sexual, and he wanted to. That sweet ass is mine. Oh, yeah. Like, all this crazy shit.
Dude.
He said that.
Yeah, he was so small too. Like, he
yeah.
was
He made a.
He had like a big old head, but like a small body. Dude. That was-
a Modoc thing going on.
He made like a blow load joke too. I don't remember the word, the verbiage, but he made a take my load or some shit.
Yeah, he
joke.
said a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and the English one was wild to hear that stuff.
Oh yeah.
'Cause he's like, yeah.
He was a good bad guy.
Paul.
I think I'm gonna go with Zai. I know he was kind of a wiener,
Edgelord?
Yeah, he was an edgelord, but his whole evolution of being a loner, like being abandoned by his parents, being saved by crows, and then him having to come to terms with, hey, this isn't just like you'll die alone. Like you need people to help you, and that whole little thing with him. And he came back that the fight was cool with him, and his technique was awesome. Like lightning speed.
Yeah, the technique thing aspect was cool.
Yeah, that was like saving grace for this anime.
I just wish they used more
Yeah.
techniques.
Yeah.
I just
All
want
of it.
Well, it's not gripes. It's
Okay.
not gripes.
Yeah.
Almost there.
So
Almost there.
he was cool, and the fact that he came back at the very end to redeem his character, it made a full circle, you know, because he didn't do it just for Higan, he also did it for Mari, and also the son, even though he didn't know him.
I guess. I think you're kind of stretching him a little bit. But the whole show was a rush job. Sorry, go ahead.
Pause.
All right, well, let's. I guess we can't hold Cray back anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into your gripes first, Cray.
Yeah. So first of all, the show is hugely rushed. I don't think 13 episodes was enough to really tell a good story without it feeling like ass pulley everywhere. I really hated the whole organization. I hated the organization so much. It took me out of the story every time. Okay, for one, the top 3 ninjas in the whole organization were Higan, Mari, and Zai, right?
Right.
I can believe Higan and Zai. But to believe Mari, who one of the core tenets, one of the core rules of ninjadom is to not have emotions, she had so many emotions.
So did Higan.
No, but she actually showed her emotions like nothing.
So did he. He saved his comrade. That's emotional.
Okay, no. He did that later on. I'm talking about wait. Go ahead. Through the whole commencement of her training, that bitch was smiling the whole time. She was smiling. She was nice. Everything. And I don't get how you could be one of the top 3 ninjas and have your emotions spewing out that easily.
If you're a baddie,
it just kind of threw me off. It took me out of the story because I wanted to believe the organization was legit. But how could I believe it if every time I see Mara she's smiling? And I'm supposed to have emotion. It just kind of took me out of the realism of it.
Because if that's the case, then the master would have like slapped the shit out of Higan, like, "Don't save your comrade," like, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing.
Also,
it's like
anger is the only okay emotion, apparently. Okay,
and that's why I was number 1.
Here's my other problem. This organization's been around for many, many years.
Yeah.
Why the fudge are women's tubes not tied? That seems so stupid for me. To not have the men castrated and the women tube tied to not have babies. That seems so obvious.
You're getting way too logical, though.
I know, and it took me out of it. We made something. We made something. I'm like, aren't y'all ninjas from an organization from the 14, like the 100 year 100?
Right.
Should y'all know to cut your tubes? And I don't know, just kind of these little things about the organization.
But that wasn't an established rule, so that makes no sense.
It wasn't.
I feel like I feel like. If they wouldn't have to cut their tubes because like that was just like understood in the ninja way, you know. So you wouldn't need to go that far and castrate.
Right,
it is, but like
discipline, which immediately was broken like nothing by the top 3 ninjas. I don't know.
I'll give you that part, but like the whole they don't have to be tubes tied and castrated.
Oh, jeez, dude.
You know,
I have more grasp, but y'all go ahead.
Free choice.
Organization really bugged me. Just really bugged me.
I think if I had to choose, there's 2 main gripes for me. One. And I think Devin can agree. There's no backstory for this council. Like Alza, there's no backstory for Joseph. How did you become the president of this tech company? How smart are you? Like, show you as a child being kind of sadistic and like, Dilly. Show her first being introduced to Joseph
because she was a ninja at first,
right? They gave it to you the last episode, basically. Just so you know, you gave me the mission to protect him.
And why would she just defect the ninja way like that?
Show them smashing
because insanity is the only way to change humans.
No, it's because he gave
the speech he gave. It's what? You destroy your life for the
It's because he showed recognition and to a lowly ninja, like, I'm just here to protect you. So, no, you're more than that.
If it's that easy.
Yeah, exactly.
For ninjas to defect, organization, another L you took there. Jesus.
And also, like, I would have loved to have seen his backstory. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you so not just sadistic but pervy?
Something.
Like, what's wrong with you?
You were like one of the main villains.
Did someone kill your boyfriend and that's why you're like into men? Like, what happened, dude? And also, Big D, like, what's up with you being like so like honorable?
Why does he need to fade every day?
Why does he need to fade every day? How fast does your hair grow?
What's wrong with you? Are you trying to impress, Dilly?
I did notice whenever he was getting his hair cut, like there were big chunks coming off of the even though he got a hit, even though he got a fade yesterday, that barber was cutting a good amount of hair.
Inconsistencies.
And piggybacking on what you just said, the other major gripe I had was these suits are supposed to be like one of a kind, top tier. And then there's certain sequences when they're about to fight, like you see Higan running towards them, and all of a sudden they do a quick cut, and he's in a suit already. It's like, no transformation sequence, no like booting up, like even Gundam had like 10 seconds to like fucking do like hand movements, and this dude just like all of a sudden like appeared in his suit. And these are bulky mechanical suits. Like you can't tell me that you have like a fucking capsule and you smash on the ground and all of a sudden,
At least if you would have done that, it would have been something.
Capsule core,
They didn't do anything.
They didn't have that. Okay, yeah. No, I mean, go ahead and direct how everything was going, And last thing about the suits, these are expensive, top of the line suits, and they get smashed like nothing, and all of a sudden they appear again. Makes no sense. And then it takes time to build them. They're like, 100%. Now it's so stupid.
I agree.
This is affecting the rating and CG.
The CG was bad.
Suits or CG. Like Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
So what I would say is, it felt like they put what could have been probably like 3 seasons into 13 episodes.
At least 2.
If they would have like spent their time giving backstory, I mean, I don't want to say drawing out, the whole anime, but they definitely should have given more time to a lot of things in this anime.
Maybe 23 episode season.
Little Perf should have been a final boss, and then after you beat him, you fight the other guys next season.
Yeah, that's what. So I mean,
should have been how it was.
Or so
they made him trash, so that's why you say that. But
so yeah, you at the peak of one of the seasons, you can defeat one of the big
At least
bosses.
Half the council.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like leave Joseph, Dilly, and Hegon.
Beat the Perf.
I mean,
beat Big D, and then Emma dies in the season.
Right, and then fight the rest of them after.
Fire, actually.
So that, and then
and no suits.
And I guess I mean that's really my biggest gripe. I mean the CG was kind of bad at some points,
I would like to mention it,
and that was kind of upsetting to be like to watch it, and then like some of the fights you're like, oh, man, I wish there wasn't so much CG.
Yeah. Did y'all notice like the weird cut, like the weirdness of how when they fight, like it was like a weird shutter effect? I don't know.
It's definitely slower.
It just didn't look smooth or anything. Like it just was like a.
It wasn't as smooth when they had their suits off.
I was watching early 2000s fighting kind of, and I was like,
Code Lyoko?
like the weird. No. It's like WB Batman Robin fighting. Like, it was weird.
Chill. No, not enough ninja powers in my opinion.
Yeah, that too.
Like I would have liked to have seen more.
Like because you only saw a couple of the ninja arts.
Yeah, 6 arms, lightning speed, force grip. Yeah.
Oh, the little force choke.
That's cool.
Yeah, I wish they would have.
Genjutsu. I'm gonna show you your worst memories and make you,
I wish they would have like fought more with like the ninja powers
for sure
and stuff like that.
No suits.
Yeah, exactly. And then kind of really got into that and exactly how strong those little ninja arts were. But I mean, any other notes before we get into our ratings?
These ninja arts aren't so secret when you say them out loud.
That's just
nobody's supposed to know your ninja art. You're supposed to keep it to death. And then it's like, I'm gonna say it out loud and then explain to you what it does. It's like, all right.
Yeah, but if you see the ninja art, usually you're not gonna survive.
Usually, they all did
too.
Everybody did.
It's just Japan.
Everybody did.
All right, so we're ready to get into our
rating.
Our ratings.
Might as well. Go ahead.
I guess mine. I'll go first. Although I want to be fair, but also it was my anime.
Right.
So I kind of got to gas it up a little bit.
You try.
With the soundtrack, got to add that in there. I like that one. I really wanted to like this. Like there was a lot of TikToks on it and everything, and like it was. They made it seem like it was gonna be a badass anime.
Yeah.
The whole like revenge, plot kind of seemed really cool. It seemed really gory.
Yeah.
But it kind of just. It all didn't really feel super meaningful.
Yeah, didn't feel meaningful.
Fumbled.
It definitely fumbled.
Felt kind of hollow.
I would give it a 4.5.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
I just needed better. I needed the characters to be kind of fleshed out a lot more. The story, I needed more backstory. From all of it, the CG was kind of gross.
Yeah.
It definitely had some good plot points in there that I think that they really could have capitalized on.
Right.
But they didn't. They messed it up. So, with that being said, I'm giving it a 4.5.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a little harsh.
I mean, because if 5 is mid, it was...
5 is mid?
Yeah, 5 is usually mid.
It should be mid, actually. Yeah. Okay.
it's halfway.
No, it should be mid. It should be mid.
It's called mid for a reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
I mean, it's all right. Like
6.5. You would recommend somebody to watch it?
Yeah.
I want to see how your breakdown goes on this because it had no world really. Like,
So-
where is this? Is this America? Is this Europe? Where is this city at?
It had some world building. It's the setting world building. I gave it a 6.5. Animation, I gave it 16. I actually probably gave it way too much. To be honest.
Did
To be honest,
because
like,
there's so
thinking
much
back,
CG.
There is, but I thought the fights kind of saved it too.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like in the middle would be 15. So then I gave it 16. Plot was 15. I was really disappointed with the plot. Like the plot just felt hollow. It felt like boring to me.
Yeah.
Characters, I gave him a 17 because I really thought Mari, Higan, and Zai's stories together with Emma tied in were really good. I liked Emma's a lot.
It was good.
It was more than that, though.
Yeah.
Like, there was more story. There
Like
should have been more stories.
There should have been more.
Than just that.
With
I liked
Joseph and everybody
Those
else.
four guys I liked a lot, and there should have been way more.
Yeah.
Should have been way more. Especially with I love when villains get fleshed out. They didn't. So that's
Right,
I was
unfortunately.
yeah. And then the world building gave it 17. It's above 15 is kind of the mid range of 5 to 25. So 17.
So you'd recommend somebody to watch it?
I would
would
tell.
I would
somebody to
warn
watch
them
it.
that hey, it's not what you think it is.
I would say, hey man, this is a good little 13 episode revenge story.
Yeah,
6.5.
All right.
I probably gave it too much, to be honest. But
I'm gonna give it an even 6.
I mean, it's all right.
What saved this honestly was the fights. The fights were decent enough to not like bring it down, and also I'll give credit where it's due that Joseph and Yamaji weren't the worst villains I've seen in an anime of this quality. They could have been way worse, but they were decent. Especially Lil, like their little cabal of bad guys weren't the worst that I've seen.
we didn't get enough on them.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. That's why it gets such a low ranking because if they all would have been fleshed out, I probably would have propped it up to like a 7 maybe.
They didn't even give Yamaji's backstory. They just gave the
That's
reason,
what I'm saying.
They just gave the reason why he defected. They didn't even give his backstory.
Like if they would at least given us like Lil Yamaji and Joseph, that would have been fine with me. I would have gave it like a 6.5 or a 7. That would have been cool.
Honestly, we gave it more time than it needed.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, anyways, guys, don't watch this anime. Maybe watch it. That's been our review.
Shout out
this
to
is
Nami.
Cincinnati People, and we'll see you next time.
Toonami tried.
What's the dose